I find it interesting that confessing jealousy feels kind of forbidden, or at least not accepted. We tend to talk behind people's backs, say that they're just lucky or they've never done nothing for their success, rather than admit that we're jealous ourselves. So here's my confession. I was very jealous this week. I think several things triggered this feeling. First, I hadn't moved my things from the basement to my new apartment yet. I came back to Sweden with only hand luggage, so I had very few things. Some summer clothes that didn't really fit the school vibe. The shoes that I had were my running shoes, ballerinas, which broke, and flip-flops. Very cute and pink, but still flip-flops. The other thing that triggered it was that I had never lived with another person before, and seeing how many things someone else had made me focus on everything I didn't have. And I felt so childish. But it is also human. The whole situation and the feelings around it made me reflect on how I see myself and others. Clothes have always played a big role in my life. I remember loving shopping even as a little girl. How much I loved getting new clothes and how I dreamed of having a never-ending wardrobe. I find it interesting how different outfits can put you in different groups, how you can fake confidence through good style, and how you can express yourself through what you wear. For me, it has never been about brands or price, but more about style. How someone's style can tell me something about them. This week I realized how stuck I am in that mindset. How I see my value and others people's value through style. I categorize people in my head based on what they wear, and I don't even realize it because I've always done it. So I decided to take my jealousy as a lesson, to learn how to look beyond someone's clothing, and especially my own. I realized how much I tie my worth to what other people see me wearing, and how that mirrors the way I see others. This week, I overcame several fears, and ironically, most of them happened in the gym. First, I filmed myself working out. I know it was only a few stretches, not the whole workout, but still, a huge step for me. I think it feels scary because I don't really know what I'm doing there, and most of the time I go to workout classes where I definitely don't want to film. Also, I think I'm scared of doing an exercise completely wrong and someone seeing me film it and thinking, what is she doing? Or maybe I'm scared of seeing the footage afterwards. Oh, and there are also pretty strict rules about filming in Sweden, so I'm low-key scared of ending up in jail. Weirdly, it feels really good to share all of these small, kind of stupid things I overthink and fear, because in reality, no one probably cares. Another gym milestone. I asked someone for help for the first time in my life. I've never felt comfortable in the gym and I have mostly hated it, but I keep trying to go back. By now, I know it's not really my thing. I love running, dancing, and tennis, even if I can't really play it. I like sports when you move more. The gym just feels too static for me. Anyway, back to the help. I wanted to try a machine and I was pretty sure I wouldn't figure it out. So when the woman who had been using it was leaving, I asked if she could show me. I don't know why I always assume people don't want to help, because I would be happy to help. To my surprise, she was super kind. She showed me how it works, even helped me to position my body correctly and explain different variations. I got so much good energy from it, and I think she did too. And then I wondered, why am I so scared to step out of my comfort zone when the reward can be so sweet? Okay, here's my last gym adventure. A guy approached me while I was working out. If there's something I thought I would never do, it is working out with someone else. And especially a guy. I thought I would feel super awkward and uncomfortable, but I was having a good day, felt happy, and I said yes when he asked if we could train together someday. Fast forward a few days, when it actually happened, I was not having such a good day. I was tired and done, but I didn't want to cancel. I was like, how bad could it be? I like doing uncomfortable things. That's why I live abroad. Well, it was uncomfortable. I was very tired and hungry, so every time he suggested a new exercise or took too long of a break, I thought, I'm never getting out of here. The only thing I could think about was my bed. And at the end, he told me to meet him outside in like 10 minutes. And I said that I just want to go to the sauna. And he said that then 10 minutes should be enough. And I was like, okay, whatever. Would I do it again? No, probably not. But maybe someday. One of my biggest fears is people having to eat the food I've made. It may sound ridiculous, but hear me out. My mom is a great cook. My younger brother is a natural in the kitchen, and my sister has this kitchen fairy vibe. I, on the other hand, don't. Or at least that's how I have always seen myself. So every time I have to cook for others, I bail. The other day, I decided to take a big step and ignored that voice in my head saying that I can't cook. Part of it came from a dream of hosting dinners. I have no idea how this happened because I used to be the last person who would voluntarily host anything. For me, hosting meant stress, worry, and the guaranteed feeling of failure. But I think something shifted last year. I was alone in my small apartment, the one where my bed was almost in the kitchen and my dining table was my study desk. And I thought, if I'd had a bigger place, I'd host people. Fast forward a few months and that thought turned into a real dream. Dreaming about dinner parties, about a cozy apartment cafe, about cooking for my friends and creating a space where people feel welcome, where they try new flavors, eat delicious food, and meet people they'd never otherwise meet. I realized that I have everything to make an apple cake, so that's what we're gonna do. It is not enough, but I'm giving up. Anyway, I brought cinnamon buns to class. Technically, I had made them for myself, but since I had too many, I thought, why not to share them? Okay, here's the taste test. It's actually so good. Or I'm just hungry again. In my head, it went something like this. I'm forcing people to eat my cinnamon buns. They secretly hate them but pretend to like them so I wouldn't feel bad. Then I feel bad for making them eat them, and they feel bad for lying to me. Classic overthinking. In reality, none of that happened. The buns were delicious, they even had cream cheese frosting, and honestly, would I ever be mad at someone for bringing cinnamon buns to class? Definitely not. So, yeah, I almost got over my fear. I stood in class, holding the knife I had used to cut the buns with, and told everyone to take one. And it worked. I posted my first video like last weekend. Weirdly, when I finally moved my things into my new place, I didn't feel as happy as I thought I would. Honestly, I felt overwhelmed. A few years ago, I watched a documentary called Minimalism, and it really resonated with me. I love the idea that the fewer things we have, the clearer our minds feel. I've kept that with me. I know for some people it feels strange to have such a plain room, but for me, it keeps my head calm and prevents overstimulation. I just moved my things with my roommate, and that was great. Now we're here and my things are here, and I'm gonna do a little unpacking because I have maybe 30 minutes until I have to go, and I would like to see what's in there. It took me 30 minutes to basically unpack everything. I have to do my laundry on Saturday, but otherwise, I did it. During the weeks when I couldn't access my stuff in the basement, I only missed a few things. My water bottle, which I temporarily replaced with a less pretty one from the kitchen. My boots, which, fun fact, broke while stored there. And my face cleanser. I washed my face with hand soap for 3 weeks, and surprisingly, I'm still alive. We started our process from bubble blowing metaphor, where does the most was the balance between I was so tired that I basically did nothing for a few hours. I also ate and I called my friend and then I watched YouTube. But now it is time to do a little workout. It's like 9:30 and I'm so tired. I just walked home because I didn't have the energy to cycle. When I was walking, I realized that it's Friday evening. People were like going out. The only thing I could think about was my bed and how much I want to go to sleep. So I'm gonna go to sleep now and see you tomorrow. I think it's also very appropriate to talk about the Swedish laundry system. Last year, I lived in student housing where we had a laundry room, and that felt normal. But what I didn't know was that even regular apartment buildings, including new ones, also have shared laundry rooms. You have to book a time slot to do laundry. And for me, that was a bit of a culture shock because in most ways, Sweden and Estonia feel pretty similar. And for the record, I'm never booking a laundry slot at 7 a.m. on a Saturday morning, even if I desperately need to wash 3 loads. That's why weekends feel so strange to me. They're supposed to be for catching up, cleaning, laundry, groceries, but also for the fun things I don't have time for during the week, like hobbies, small adventures, or doing something creative just for me. And at the same time, they're meant for rest, right? For doing absolutely nothing and not feeling bad about it. I'm still figuring out that balance. Guess what we're making? We're making frozen pizza. I love making YouTube videos so much that editing makes my time disappear. It's one of the few things where I completely lose myself, but after spending a whole weekend editing, by Sunday evening I feel empty. So lately I have been reminding myself that rest isn't wasted time. It's what lets me actually enjoy the things I love. The best ideas, feelings, and versions of myself never come when I'm exhausted. They come when I'm soft, calm, and present. I think that's what this whole week has been about. Looking at jealousy with kindness instead of shame, asking for help, even if it feels awkward, doing things that scare me, but also knowing when to slow down. So here's my reminder for both of us. Take your weekend rest seriously.